2025 All-Star rosters, they are complete with the reserves being announced last night. So let's just go through who made the cut here. We're going to start with the backcourts. Anthony Edwards making his third All-Star team, James Harden making his 11th, and Jalen Williams, the West leading Thunder, he is making his first here. So then on to the East backcourt. I am just so happy for Cade Cunningham, y'all. He's the first Piston to make an All-Star team since 2019. And then, of course, Cavs guard Darius Garland gets his second All-Star nod, making it the 9th time as Damian Lillard. Remember, Dame won the 2024 Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP award. And for the first time, Heat guard Tyler Hero made it as well. This is what it's all about, the special moments, right? Check out when he found out.
Here's the last one in the Eastern Conference. The last reserve is chosen by the coaches. From the Miami Heat.
It's the joy for me. That's just so awesome. Chiney, you've made 2 WNBA All-Stars. Contextualize, what is this like for Tyler Hero?
First of all, congratulations, Tyler Hero. To be named an All-Star, it's like a sigh of relief for all the hard work you put in. It's status. It's an exclusive club. But particularly when it comes to Tyler Hero, he was in a little bit of a complicated locker room, but he has emerged from going in 2022 as a 6th man of the year to the man, averaging 24 points per game. Congratulations, and that was a great moment.
And getting the nod from the coaches as well. Chiney, thank you so much. All right, so those are the backcourt reserves, but we have to get to our resident big man, Kendrick Perkins here. So we're going to dive into the front court a little bit. We're going to start out in the East. Pacers big man Pascal Siakam made his 3rd All-Star team, while the reigning Finals MVP Jaylen Brown, he made his 4th, and then making his first All-Star appearance, Evan Mobley from the East leading Cleveland Cavaliers. So Perk, Mobley has been, as you would say, big man balling entire season. What has impressed you the most?
Well, look, not just big man balling, but there's no green grass up under his feet because he's been standing on business, okay? And when I say green grass is not growing, that's what he's been doing at an elite level, 18-9 this season. And Malika, it's amazing what a new voice in the locker room, a new coach could do for a player. Kenny Atkinson has unlocked Evan Mobley, a guy that is real versatile, could get downhill, could shoot the 3, could rebound at a high level, does it all, and been banging in the paint.
And then we have the West front court reserves right here. Anthony Davis making his 10th. Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies making his 2nd. And then we have 2 first-timers here, Alperen Şengün from the number 2 overall Rockets, and Victor Wembanyama. Brian Windhorst, he is here with us as well. Brian, you've spent a ton of time with Victor. What does this accolade mean to him and mean for the future of the NBA?
Well, you know, Malika, I was just looking at that video of LeBron. That was 2005, his first All-Star game in Denver. Who knew that we would still be seeing him on the All-Star teams 20 years later? And I have to wonder how many years is Victor Wembanyama going to be a resident of the All-Star weekend. Here he is in his first appearance. He is dominating night in and night out at both ends of the court, and there's still so much room for him to grow. He is an absolute force. He is going to be one of the faces of the league, and he's taking his rightful position on All-Star Weekend.
He's the face. He will be this is the first of many for Victor Wembanyama, and many consecutive for Victor Wembanyama, Brian. So those are all the reserves who made the cut, but you know what they say, it's a make or miss league, and these players, they did not make it. LaMelo Ball, he led the fan vote, but didn't make it. Kyrie Irving, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Booker, Norm Powell, Tyrese Maxey, Trae Young, all had a strong case and did not hear their name called. And then Trae, he took to social media saying, it's no longer getting snubbed, it's getting trade at this point. Sorry to my fans, it'll change eventually. Assuming he keeps his averages, Trae will be the first player to average 20 points and 10 assists and not be an All-Star in multiple seasons in NBA history. So usually this is when we settle into a conversation. I ask you guys a question about what the biggest snubs are. But do you guys mind if I take this one for a second there?
No, do your thing.
I was in the group text last night. LaMelo Ball, I really think that he should have made it. And here's why. I know his team is struggling, but this game is about the fans, right? And this is the first time under fan voting where the format where one of the leaders of the fan vote did not actually make it for his position. And I think that this game is about the fans, and that's doing a disservice to those fans. And I understand this is the coaches' vote. It is incredibly difficult to get the media, the players, the coaches to all agree with the fans on this. So, Brian, why are players like LaMelo maybe missing out because they're considered losing players? I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think if you look at the players who made it, generally they have been from the winning teams. The Cavs getting 3 players, the best team is an example. If I were Trae Young and LaMelo Ball, I would be a little frustrated seeing Tyler Hero make it, even though Hero absolutely is deserving. His team is a 500 team. Those teams are under the Miami Heat in the standings. I will say this, just because a guy like LaMelo doesn't make it, it doesn't mean that he was not on the ballots. There's 15 votes out there. Your coach can't vote for you, so there's 14 votes. It's very possible there was 1 vote more for a guy like Tyler Hero versus LaMelo Ball, and that was the difference between being an all-star and not. I will just say, while the fans did vote LaMelo number 1 at guard, the coaches didn't put him on. The players had him 3rd, which would be on the team, but not a starter, and the media had him 7th. So the fact that his team is 12 and 32 really hurts.
I know that it's really hard to get, as you said, where he was voted by 3 other categories besides the fans. But isn't that what this game is about? If it's not about the fans, who is it about? It's about who they want to see.
Listen, right? When I look at a guy like Steph Curry making the All-Star game this season, and I look at a lot of guys like Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, just in this conference who had better seasons than, or playing better than him. Look, I'm gonna say the quiet thing out loud. Steph Curry should not be an All-Star. He shouldn't. Guys are playing. You still look. No matter what the fans want, no matter what the coaches want, no matter what we want, who we want to see, this still you have to earn to be an All-Star by your production. And if you're looking at the production around the league, it's guys in the Western Conference that have better numbers than Steph, and their teams are in better positions than Steph. So, what? Am I lying?
The host of the All-Star.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're trying to, first of all, we've got bigger fish to fry. We're trying to save the game and not just a player on a roster. And Steph Curry, the same way LeBron James, the same way Kevin Durant, the same way a number of these legends of the game are participating. You need him in this All-Star game. He's literally working with the commissioner to try to make sure everyone is available to play. I can hear your point. He's only averaging 22 points per game. His team is right now 24 and 23. There are cases, we're coming off the heels of talking about LaMelo, right? His team is 12 and 32. We also talk about how deep the West is. He is like their bright spot on Golden State.
So what? Here's the thing. So you're gonna punish other guys that are deserving because you're saying we have bigger fish to fry. So forget the goldfish.
No.
Because you weren't about the tuna.
No.
That's what you're telling me?
I don't think any of those guys in the West that got snubbed will look at Steph Curry starting and saying, man, I should have had a spot. I don't think so.
Listen,
part of it,
with him being in that spot,
50% of the starters were fan vote. Then it was media. Then it was players. So I'm sure he still got players' vote. He still got media's vote. But most importantly, Steph is one of the best when it comes to getting the fan vote. I can't agree with you.
I get it. And you don't have to. And we're not going to agree on this because, again, this comes down to production and who's been producing.
It doesn't, though, because as Malika said,
it can't come down. It can't be nothing else.
If it was just about production,
what is
we wouldn't have the fans voting.
So hold on, time out. So making the All-Star game is not about production anymore?
No, it is. It is. But
Brian,
it's a mix.
What do you think of this?
If Steph wasn't in the game, it would be a disservice to the fans.
I agree.
And I know that was the point you just made, Malika. I would just say that on balance, while Perk is making an interesting argument, I think we have good all-star teams. And there's always going to be some people that didn't make it. I wish Kyrie was there. I think Kyrie earned it. I think Norm Powell earned it. But I don't have a problem with any of these all-stars. I know that that's not as fun to have a back and forth. I think the coaches did a good job. It's hard to be perfect.
Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, it's